Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Superstars of Wrestling Review Series, August 22nd, 1992 is our episode today. We start with an actual competitive match, which is rare for Superstars, the Beverly Brothers, and the Repo Man versus the Bushwhackers and Jim Duggan. Big match for the time. Of course, the Bushwhackers been around since 1988. Kind of an enhancement team, maybe one step below that by this point. But, all six men in the ring, and the heels kind of take over on the baby faces for the first few minutes. Rare to see this caliber of match on Superstars. Repo Man pairs off with Duggan. All three heels in the corner. Battering ram by the Bushwhackers, and Duggan with the assist on all three heels in the corner. Good thing the ring didn't tip over there. Duggan with some clotheslines. Rare to see Duggan on television in 1992. He's maybe reserved for Challenge or something, Wrestling Challenge, or maybe, the primetime show, but you don't really see him much on Superstars these days. Much more used to seeing him 89 through 91. Big, kind of modified bulldog by one of the Bushwhackers, and on one of the Beverlys. Bushwhackers and Beverlys do end up, or had feuded previously, I think going into the year of 1992. But then we see kind of a double axe handle. One of the Bushwhackers cut off, I believe it is Luke, cut off in the wrong corner, gets choked out with the tag rope. Yes, they had tag ropes back then. Thank you, FTR, for bringing them back. Big kick by Butch, and tags off to Duggan, who's heads up with the Repo Man. Who would have imagined that Smash and Jim Duggan would be face-to-face? Duggan, though, cleans house on everybody. Duggan does have, I will say, even here, really good punches. I was on 2 or 3 shows with Jim Duggan in about 2007. Heck of a guy. He is as funny as engaging as engaging as imagined. Meanwhile, Luke with a clothesline. One of the Beverlys grabs the scroll of the genius, knocks Luke in the head with it, and gets the victory for his team. And then we continue with an update on Savage and the Warrior. Basically, it's just a rehash of the events we've already seen over the last several weeks. Kind of a big thing there. Savage, promises to hold on to the championship. Gotta say, Randy Savage put so much time and effort into his outfits. It's amazing to me. Papa Shango against who would later be the Scotty 2 Hottie character. And just think about that. Within 5 years, 6 years, he's in that character, and just paying dues. Amazing to me that there are a good number of kids in the crowd, if you look around when Papa Shango's in the ring, that are scared of Papa Shango. They did a good job for that demographic, the kids demographic at the time, of getting over the fear of that particular individual. Kick to the midsection by Papa Shango, big body slam by Shango, and hits a leg drop off the ropes. Shango, again, would only hold this gimmick for about another year-ish before taking some time off, coming back as Kama, and then settling into the Godfather, doing many things along the way. But Charles Wright, an amazing talent. I wonder what would have happened, honestly, if the Voodoo character hadn't come back around 2000, 2002. Would have been interesting. Shoulder breaker by Papa Shango for the victory there. And we go to the event center. Money Inc. and Legion of Doom are your promos. Legion of Doom basically look kind of weak with Rocco and the whole big thing there. Money Inc. talking about how they don't have the championships to defend anymore, but they are going to get back on their winning ways. The Legion of Doom needs to be worried. We move into Paul Ellering and Rocco and the Legion of Doom. They promise to get back on their winning ways as well. I mean, it's pretty well weak promo time. Crush against Jeff Daniels. Crush, of course, going to face the Repo Man at SummerSlam, but that goes on to the Primetime Wrestling / videotape show does not make the pay-per-view. Crush uses a running or a major clothesline on Jeff Daniels. Daniels does a complete flip bump for the clothesline. Don't know much about Daniels. I think he's from the Chicago or Midwest area. Crush here using the torture rack that would be used by Lex Luger, not calling it that move, of course, but kind of using it. I wonder if it's not a shot at WCW using that move. Who knows? But anyway, Crush in phenomenal shape here. Probably, I would say the 92-93 Crush in the best shape of his career. Obviously, he'd come back several more times, but I don't remember him being this muscular in other versions of his career. Then we go to the Event Center. Basically a preview of the tag team title match. Really simple. Beverly Brothers promise to win the tag team championships. Genius says they're the best team in the world. Basically, Beverly's kind of insinuate they're brothers without actually saying it. And we go that way. Natural disasters say the belts aren't going anywhere. Razor Ramon and Tony Roy up next. Tony Roy, again, a enhancement talent in the New England area for several years, trained by Killer Kowalski. Takes several shots and a big deal across the ring, 3/4 of the way. Across the ring, Roy goes flying. And obviously, Scott Hall, a.k.a. Razor Ramon, looks like $1 million here. Hits the choke slam, hits the inverted suplex off the back and the Razor's Edge. Scott Hall has a basic enhancement match down and getting himself over week by week. I think we've seen him 3 weeks in a row, which for a guy that is new to the promotion, kind of a little rare. Bruce Hart is interviewed, Bret Hart's brother. Bruce basically says he's sick of hearing all about Bret kind of playing a heel role outside a ring, I assume in Canada at the time. Basically says that Davey has the advantage because of Bret's ego. So I don't know if they were planning on bringing Bruce in at a point or what that looks like, but having his own brother kind of turn on him or insinuate that a turn might be coming is an interesting way to go. Bret Hart up next against Richie Rich, enhancement talent we've seen before. Nothing really big here. Bret obviously, weeks away from the Intercontinental title loss to the British Bulldog SummerSlam 92. If you've never seen that match, go out of your way to see it. Bret carries the Bulldog to the best match of his career. Maybe one of the best matches of Bret's career, too, if you think about it, in Wembley Stadium. Can't believe that's, 10, 20, 28 years ago now? Good gosh. Oh, Owen Hart does an inset supporting his brother here. And suplex and a leg drop by Hart. I will say my favorite time in wrestling was 88 to 92. By 93, I was still a fan. Never stopped being a fan until about 90. Interesting, I never stopped being a fan until about 99, 2000 when it got really hot. But by then I was in the independents, so I just switched my fandom to independents and international wrestling and all of that and the older stuff. But I really didn't come back to being a fan of current product in the last 20 years, to be honest with you. There's things I like, but it's just not for me. Papa Shango makes his way down. They are going to have a Shango versus Bret Hart matchup coming. I wonder if there wasn't a plan for a Shango versus Bret Hart program post SummerSlam. I don't remember that happening, but having Shango make his way to the ring makes me think about the possibility of that at least. Backbreaker by Hart, and the enhancement talent kind of begs off there a little bit. Big body slam by Bret Hart, and kind of has a little bit of difficulty getting the man up. Finally does go for the sharpshooter, gets the victory. Your Intercontinental Champion and winner Bret Hart. We move to the SummerSlam report. Same basic promos we've already seen several times. There is an intimation by the British Bulldog that he didn't come to lose. Kind of seeing a little more edge to the British Bulldog, about a week and a half out of SummerSlam. Also, Harvey Whippleman talks about not liking the fact that the Undertaker's trying to get in the head of his monster Kamala, that Undertaker's going to pay for that. Also, the Undertaker basically says that Kamala will be handled once and for all, and he needs to rest in peace. Just paraphrasing there, but that's just about what was said. John Armstrong against Nails is there next, and again, Nails still has yet to do, and I don't even remember a Nails match. Maybe his blow-off match with the Undertaker, with the Big Boss Man Survivor Series '92 in November was a decent Nails match, but I don't remember a Nails match that made me really care one way or the other during his entire run. Virgil promises that he's not going to let Nails beat up his friend. It's not going to be that easy at SummerSlam. That's what he says during the inset clothesline by Nails after choking his adversary quite a bit. His clotheslines, if you watch Nails, always run a little bit high, so he's kind of a guy I wouldn't consider the safest guy. I have an interesting story. We saw Nails on an independent show one time in a very low-level building. I was just there as a fan. I'd been in the business for all of 2 or 3 months, went to support a local independent that was doing a startup. Anyway, Nails goes to do a vertical suplex on his opponent for the day, and the building is too short. Nails puts his opponent through the ceiling of the hall that had been rented for the day's event, and basically starts to, at least says a few swears in the ring. And in the same event, he worked several times in the same day, actually hit his opponent, the same opponent later in the day. They did a early morning show, a mid-afternoon show, and an evening show. And at the end of the night, Nails hit Jimmy Dio with a cactus, a potted cactus. So just a Nails story there. Anyway, Nails using the choke with the nightstick and runs the referee off, almost throws the nightstick at the referee. Takes several individuals, officials, to take the young man out of the ring, and they have a stretcher for him, the whole deal. Event center with Bret Hart. Bret Hart basically says that, in fact, he's not planning to lose. He will do whatever it takes against the British Bulldog. When the families may come back together, but when they're in the ring one-on-one, it is just the Bulldog and Bret in a couple of days. We're about a week at SummerSlam. And, you know, it's certainly an interesting foray. Final segment, the Nasty Boys are doing I think they did like a SummerSlam Spectacular night before SummerSlam on a Sunday night. In that foray, the Nasty Boys against Savage and the Warrior as a tag team. So that literally is lead in to SummerSlam. I think they must have done that maybe the Monday before SummerSlam or something like that, because I remember they do hype it in the final SummerSlam and the final Superstars of August next week. And so that is that. We will be back with more right after this.